Hello everyone, my name is Roro and welcome to the very first episode of Versus. This series will be all about hero matchups, a massive variety of different laning scenarios and 1v1s. We'll talk about how to play from both perspectives and what you have to do to quote-unquote win your lane, do your job, and crush your opponent. We'll be discussing concepts like direct itemization counters, playstyle adjustments, and other cool tips and tricks. So, without further ado, let's hop into our series debut, Viper versus TA solo mid. So let's take it from the top. I know you probably don't want to hear me talk, you probably want to see some action, but I promise this won't take long. Generally in the Viper versus TA matchup, Viper's seen as a lane dominator. I believe this is a very slight misconception as the lane is a lot more even than you'd think. In this matchup, TA has the advantage in her ability to push the lane with spill damage, gank more effectively with runes, and the ability to actually outplay the Viper. Whereas the Viper, all he has to do is chew through refraction charges with his poison attack, and then right click for nether toxin damage. His ability to zone is a lot stronger as he can occupy the opponent's high ground, although his potential to outplay is not nearly as high as the TA's is. So now that we know what each hero wants to do in this lane, let's talk a little bit about starting items. TA's starting build for this matchup is relatively straightforward. A 2 or 3 Iron Branch variation with a set of tangos for an early bottle will work wonders. You can also opt for a slightly safer build by going for an early boots to mitigate an aggressive Viper's poison attack spam. And if you're feeling frisky, make sure to throw in an extra healing salve for some really fast early game regeneration. Well, what about the Viper? Viper can easily opt for a similar starting build. A bottle rush is very viable, as well as a boots of speed plus early tangos just for that zoning ability. That being said, make sure not to count out the Wraith Band plus Tango start for an extra oomph for that beginning of the laning stage. Laning rules. What does this mean? Well, simply put, it describes how you should lane in regards to knowing your strengths and weaknesses, as well as the enemy's strengths and weaknesses. Knowing your laning role allows you to go for kill opportunities, as well as it helps you to recover if you somehow lose your lane. Until a level 6, TA has almost no kill potential in an even scale 1v1. So TA's role? Don't get caught out of position and use your spill damage advantage to push the lane with side blades. If you're not dominating your lane, you should also use your pushing advantage to get runes, gank, and farm the jungle camps for additional gold injections if possible. Viper's role in this 1v1 is to farm, as well as zone the TA out of lane. Because of refraction, if the Viper doesn't properly zone the TA, she will out-CS the Viper, but we'll get to that part a little bit later. Runing's not that big of a deal for the Viper, as he really doesn't have too much pushing ability, so odds are, in an even skill 1v1, you'll be tanking creeps under your tower quite a bit. Use superior positioning and zoning to go for some early level kill opportunities. Playstyle adjustments. Every 1v1 requires the player to change his or her playstyle according to the laning role. For this particular 1v1, TA should heavily abuse side blade pure damage. Duh. However, if you're preparing to dive, make sure you don't actually spill on the Viper, or else you'll lose precious defensive charges. TA, as discussed before, should also push out the lane heavily, especially at the early levels. Don't be afraid to bottle crow, and make sure you level your meld. Counting cooldowns and properly preparing a solo kill is also a key part of adjusting your playstyle in this 1v1, but we'll get to that part a little bit later as we head into the kill opportunity section. The Viper, on the other hand, has a few more things he can do to increase his laning potency. Knowing our laning role, we can easily shut down the TA by simply standing on our high ground. Make sure you're both last hitting and zoning, because that's only going to make our advantage bigger. And we don't want to be missing last hits, of course. We already discussed the fact that we need to remove defensive refraction charges to force inefficient overlapping of refraction and use of bottle charges. However, we can do so even more efficiently. A lot of players fall into the bad habit of spamming poison attack to do this. However, in reality, all you need to do is use one poison attack to remove the charges, and then use a regular right click with nether toxin to efficiently zone and deal damage without running dry of mana. Kill opportunities, my favorite part. Believe it or not, as soon as TA hits 6, she has the kill potential on the Viper. With some nicely set up traps, well counted cooldowns, some prior side blade harassment, and some outplaying, the solo kill on the Viper is relatively easy to actually pick up. Let's think about the pros and cons here. Viper has a lot of sustained damage, and a lot of slows. His main damage source is his nether toxin, but that kicks in at lower HP levels. Of course, Viper Strike. It's the main source of his actual damage. By melding the Viper Strike though, we can actually disjoint it, and because we now have a slow being level 6, we can use multiple traps that were already set up, as well as our new trap which is off cooldown, and effectively 2 sets of refraction to go for an easy kill. The most important part of this kill opportunity is using a refraction effectively. If you know you want to go for a kill, pop your refraction a little bit early and try not to waste your offensive and defensive charges. Then, when your refraction is about 5 seconds till it's off cooldown, pop your traps, disjoint the Viper Strike if necessary, and by the time you use your refraction charges out from before, your new set will be off cooldown again. The Viper on the other hand has kill potential practically from the get-go, as we've seen in some of the clips in this video. Use of aggressive positioning, orb walking, and creep tricks, such as disarming creep aggro for free harassment, will allow us to get free kill opportunities. But now that we know the secret of the TA versus Viper matchup, it becomes a little bit more difficult to kill the TA once she's 6. The way around this? Well, simply press S to fake out the Viper Strike animation to force a premature meld and refraction. Because we're forcing out a premature action from the TA, she won't have her cooldown timings accounted for properly. So she'll only have 1 set of refraction, not to mention, we just easily made her meld disjoint useless by faking her out. From here, it becomes really easy once again to get an easy kill. However, be aware of the extremely short cooldown that meld has. I told you this matchup was a little bit more even than you'd think. Anyways guys, that's all I got for you today. I just want to say thank you all for watching, and I hope you got some enjoyment out of this new video series. If you liked it, remember to leave a comment below, and leave some feedback if you'd like as well, because as some of you may know, I do actually listen to feedback to improve my video quality. Again, if you like this video, leave a comment, and make sure to check out youtube.com/simplydota for exclusive releases of Versus, which is the series you're watching right now, as well as some other series like Efficiency Lab, Dota Did You Know, and Dota 2 Daily. I'm Roro, and I'll see you next time, hopefully.